Today we're doing section 2.4 day 1 and we're going to talk about dividing polynomials using long division. So just a quick little recall for you on how to do long division. So let's go through how we divide 4 into 125. So we would say, does 4 go into 1? No, it doesn't. So then we move over a digit and we say, does 4 go into 12? Which it does 3 times. I do 4 times 3, which is 12. I write that there. And we subtract. So I get 0, then we drop the 5. 4 goes into 5 one time. I multiply it, and we subtract, and then get a remainder of 1. So the way we would write this is 31 and 1/4. And the reason, you used to do it like this when you were younger, but we're now a little bit more sophisticated. The reason the remainder is 1 is because 4 doesn't go evenly into 1, and that's why you write your answer over 4. So now let's apply this to polynomials. So I know last year in Algebra 2 you did learn synthetic division, which is the shortcut. However, synthetic division is only applicable when you're dividing and that value right there is a 1. Otherwise, you cannot use synthetic division. So long division does have its benefits. So going through this problem, we would say, okay, how many times does x go into x squared evenly? And it would be x times. Then I distribute it, so I get x squared plus 3x. And we know that we subtract both terms. So this is definitely where mistakes are made. We forget to subtract both terms. So these will cancel. 10 minus 3 would leave me with 7x. I drop to 21. Okay, and then you ask yourself, what times x would give me 7x, and that would be 7. Then I distribute the 7x, and we subtract. Both will cancel. We're left with no remainder, so my answer is x plus 7. So that was a relatively easy one. Again, you learned this in Algebra 2, so now let's get into the harder ones right away. So again, this would be an example of a problem you could not do with synthetic division because you have an a value other than 1. So with the 3x here, I got to figure out 3x times what gives me 6x cubed. And that would be 2x squared. And now I distribute to both. So I get 6x cubed minus 4x squared. And we know we subtract. So we got to be careful here. We have all the signs potential for error, so I have negative x squared minus a negative 4x squared. So that will become negative 1 plus 4, which would be 3x squared. I drop the 5x. So up here will just be x. I distribute that, so I get 3x squared minus 2x. We're subtracting, they cancel. Negative 5 minus a negative 2 will turn into negative 5 plus 2, which will be negative 3x. Okay, then we drop the 4. So up here will be a negative 1. We distribute. And then we subtract. So they will cancel. 4 minus 2 leaves me with 2. So the way we would write our answer is plus 2 over the remainder of 3x minus 2. So this up here is your answer. All right, so let's try one more that would be, again, more difficult, a little bit more stepped up, something you did not see in Algebra 2. So notice we're to the next power. So on your paper, it's written a little bit differently. It says divide this by this. So I already set it up in the form. Notice that you are missing a term, so I added this 0x squared. That is something you have to do. If you're missing a term, you need a placeholder. So going through this example, over here we would have a 2x squared because that's what's going to give me the 6x to the 4th that I need. This will be minus 4x third. So they cancel. I have 5 minus a negative 4, which will be 9x cubed. And we drop the 0x squared. And again, that's why you need that placeholder. Otherwise, you'd be dropping the 3x and the terms aren't going to match up. And it gets very confusing very fast. Now timesing by 3x. So this will be the 9x cubed I need minus 6x squared. These cancel. I have 0 minus a negative 6x squared, which will give me a positive x squared, Now we drop the 3x. So up here would be 2. When I distribute that, we get 6x squared minus 4x. So they cancel. I have 3 minus a negative 4, which would be 7x. Drop the negative 5. And at this point, I can't put anything up here because I can't multiply 3x squared by something and get something to a less power. So this is going to represent your remainder. So we would write our answer as 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 plus the quantity of 7x minus 5 over 3x squared minus 2x. Okay, and that would be as far as we could go. So that's all for today.